more, let's welcome in NewsNation correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera. Geraldo, always good to see you. Glad to have your perspective on this and other topics. Let's start with that. What do you think? Do you believe the U.S. is preparing for war with Venezuela?
Delighted to join you, Natasha. I can only say that I knew John Lennon, and Maduro is no John Lennon. And I've never heard Imagine sung worse. I think that what the United States is doing is putting such enormous pressure on the Venezuelan dictator. He was illegitimately elected. He's an alleged drug dealer. There's a $50 million bounty on his head. I don't know what the talks could possibly entail that would be satisfactory. He's not, I don't know that he can go anywhere. Maybe he could run to Cuba. He has mobilized 200,000 Venezuelan soldiers, but they are woefully ill-equipped. They could never take on what has become the most powerful armada afloat on Earth today. This Gerald R. Ford carrier strike force is they often said the world's largest, but it is powerful beyond belief and aided by destroyers, a nuclear submarine. I think that these training exercises in Trinidad and Tobago are just a show of force to let the Venezuelans know what exactly lurks right over the horizon. Not even over the horizon, probably inside of the Venezuelan mainland. It is very, very unusual. What happens where Maduro goes, or can he stay there? What the military in Venezuela is going to do. I've been covering that country for many years. My old talk show used to air there. I remember interviewing Jimmy Carter on the whether or not the election of 2002 was legit. This last one in 2024 was totally illegitimate. They fixed everything. They rigged the numbers. He's a dictator, and he doesn't know what's going to happen when he closes his eyes at night. And if I were him, I'd keep one eye open, Natasha.
Yeah, I mean, Venezuela preparing a guerrilla-style approach should the U.S. invade their land. Their military, as you're alluding to, not equipped enough to face the U.S. Does such a guerrilla-style approach, though, pose any problems for the U.S.?
Well, it's always problematic because innocent people get killed. You know, it's easy to do a lot of damage to civilian infrastructure. We've had a terrible experience ever since Vietnam and, of course, Afghanistan and Iraq, fighting these asymmetrical conflicts. I hope it doesn't come to that. Venezuela is one of the most beautiful countries on earth. Angel Falls, the world's highest waterfall. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. And before Maduro or Hugo Chavez before him took over, it was very welcoming, one of the most prosperous nations in Latin America. It is a sin what's happened. I can tell you, just looking at the screen and watching the, I think it is the 21st strike on a dope boat, more than 80 of the participants killed. I think they were killed in action. I think they're pirates. You know, I don't like when unarmed people are killed, but these are not unarmed people. They're dope runners, and I've not yet seen any evidence that any of these strikes have hit anything other than a legitimate narco trafficker. Whether the use of military force is justified, I don't know. Everyone has to make that judgment for themselves, but there's no doubt but that these boats are carrying drugs to an intermediate stop, heading to the United States, probably to Florida ultimately, and up that way, or on the other side, going through Mexico to Southern California. And we've lost over 100,000 Americans to overdoses last year. Certainly, there's an urgent need to stop the flow of drugs into the country. You can judge, everybody has to decide for themselves whether or not it is appropriate to use the United States military in this fashion.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.